I want to cover some of this, guys. I want to cover some of this. So first off, today we've got the Exhuming the Mausoleum. Okay, so we've got this awesome event that's happening right now, and it is basically prepping us for Moss 4 to release. It's going to be really wicked. So it starts 41 minutes ago. The way that you participate is simple. All you're going to do is you just go around and you kill stuff, right? You just kill stuff and Mausoleum research items will drop. And then you're just going to end up, it looks like, bringing them back to this guy right here. This Archivist. Zerlane the Archivist. You will encounter Mausoleum research items as potential loot from a variety of gameplay activities, such as killing creatures, dungeons and treasure chests, ship holds, etc. So you can get them out in the ocean. That's exciting. Players can find these items in any dungeon or the overworld, but they will have a higher chance of encountering these items within Mausoleum dungeon itself. I don't think going to Mausoleum is a good idea, guys. Here's a tip. When the new week happens and all you 77% of the server goes to the experience dungeon, and then you're upset because you keep getting PK'd because the Reds know that's where everybody's going and they go there too. And there's no monsters up, so you're like, oh, this game is so crowded. Well, quit going to the bonus dungeons. There's plenty of dungeons without a bonus, and you'll get way more without going to the one that has the bonus. I promise. Go to the unpopulated ones. Smart move. Big brain time, guys. Big brain time. All right, these items are bound to a specific player and cannot be stolen. However, they will drop on death for the player. Okay, so I can't steal them tonight. That's a shame. That was always a lot of fun with stealing those. But that's okay. Small Mausoleum research page. Players will fairly often come across small Mausoleum research pages as loot items. Small research pages are worth 25 points each when turned into the Archivist NPC. Small research pages will decay in 2 hours. So you got 2 hours. You can't just hang out there forever, and you got to go turn them in, which isn't hard. It looks like this is, right there in front of the stables in Purvelia. Not a problem at all. Okay, large ones will be 50 points. So small 25, large 50, and then there is a tome. We'll have a low chance to come across a tome. Players can add small and large research pages to Mausoleum. Oh, okay, research tome. Research tomes will randomly begin with one small or one large already held inside, and they decay in 24 hours unless they are completed and turned into Archivist. I'm curious to see how that plays out. I'm upset. What are they going to do with Fortune? Why didn't they just make Luck Aspect? Okay. Players can double-click a small or large research page in their backpack and target a Mausoleum research tome to add the page to it. Okay, so you would add it to the research tome. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. And of course, this is blessed, so it's bound to you. Okay. Once a Mausoleum research tome contains 3 small and 3 large, it will be marked as complete and can now be turned into the Archivist for 300 points. Players cannot turn in partially completed, so you got to do a complete one. Okay. Research pages will decay in 2 hours unless they're sent into the Archivist or added to a research tome. So you want to make sure that you get a tome and you plug them in, and you got 24 hours. So that's kind of a something to slow down that decay. It seems like you're going to get more points if you can get a research tome filled out and turned in, rather than just going and turning in those notes immediately. Okay, turning in research items. How's it going, Loot Goblin? Players can bring up the Mausoleum event from Zerlane the Archivist. 2 totally separate things. One likes history. The other one likes to be an activist person in politics and other things like that. Maybe write history, right? And Purvelia by double-clicking him or saying Mausoleum or event nearby. Players can review the details of the event from the Mausoleum event menu. Players can add, okay, so you would just click that. This is just the same as always, right? You just click the turn in thing. It's got the instructions right there at the top in case you forget and you don't want to come over here. So that's how that works. Event completion. When the event completes, all of the items will be deleted, so you won't be able to keep them for deco. That's always a big question. Can I keep this for deco? I don't want to turn it in. I just want to put it on my table at my house. That'll look really cool. No, you can't do that. It's going to get deleted. You can type bracket event score to see where you're at. The prizes are as follows. Looks like the small and large research notes. And of course, if you participate, you get a collectible card. The top, or the lowest 20% will get this right here, 30%. Looks like a little thing. You got a little baby statue. It's like a jousting statue. You got a cool little candle bra thing. I wonder if that lights up. I have a feeling that lights up. Let's look. Preserved bone in glass. No, it's just a bone. That would have been really cool if it lit up. But I can see it. It fits Mausoleum, right? 70 to 90 is a plumed night bust. Oh, it's a random hue. Dang. I mean, that's cool, but it creates this trade pink, which is neat. But I like the normal one. Can I just get a normal one? Metallic pewter, please. 90 to 99, a table globe, which is animated. That's awesome. I got to get in the top 10%, guys. That's what I got to get to. And a wearable armored mask for the top 1%. Dang, Diara's going to look fucking cool, dude. Diara's going to look real cool with that. Oh, man. Dark Horse, how are you, buddy? Yes, this is live. What's going on, buddy? Everyone switching their fortune aspect to? I'm leaving mine, bud. Event lore. Okay. I don't want to read the event lore right now, but I do want to come back to it. Actually, I will read it. Let's do it. I tremble as I recount the harrowing tale of my descent into the Mausoleum, a place where sanity and light are but fleeting memories. It was an antediluvian dungeon, an ancient abyss that predated the very kingdoms that now ruled Abaddon. Its origins were shrouded in obscurity, as if the land itself refused to divulge the secrets it held. With trepidation, I ventured into the Mausoleum, guided by a morbid curiosity that gnawed at the core of my being. The root of this feeling I simply could not grasp. I know not where it came from. It is as if some incorporeal tendril dragged me through the graveyard that lies outside the Mausoleum and down into its depths. The air grew heavy and dank as I stepped further into the gloom, the scent of decay mingling with the stale breath of forgotten souls. Shadows danced along the cryptic walls, whispering ancient secrets that tugged at the fringes of my mind. The halls of the Mausoleum were teeming with abominations, twisted beings that defied their very laws of nature. These poor souls were once human, I think, but they've been formed into something unnatural. Faint echoes of their sinister rituals reverberated through the corridors, mingling with the distant moans of the restless dead. And yet, this strange non-existent tendril pulled me further through this crypt of the Demand. It was in the midst of this terror that I stumbled upon a discovery that would forever alter the course of my existence. In a dimly lit chamber, my eyes fell upon a fragment of parchment, weathered and stained with the passage of time. As I examined it, I could sense an insidious power emanating from its very fibers. There were no words upon this page. Instead, it contained shapes that should not be able to exist in any 2- or 3-dimensional space that I or you know. I couldn't stare at the page long without my vision blurring and waves of nausea passing through me. What could this page be? It became clear that this is what drew me into the Mausoleum. It was then I realized that I was not alone in the room. 2 of the strange cultists that had taken up home within the Mausoleum idled nearby, whispering to each other. They somehow did not notice me. It was difficult to understand what they were saying through their hushed tone and strange dialect. But what I could make out was this page was one of many from a book that they called the Maledictus Codex, a book sought by the gatekeeper himself that we've all killed millions and millions of times. Fear clutched at my heart as I realized the gravity of my mind. The motives of the cultist and the mysterious gatekeeper were shrouded in enigma, but I dared to speculate. They sought the completion of the Maledictus Codex to unlock the forbidden secrets within, for it was mentioned by the cultists to be the key to the long-lost Darkscale tome. I'd never heard of such a tome. What abomination slumbered within that dread sepulchre? I could only imagine. Perhaps it held an ancient evil waiting to be unleashed upon Abaddon. The evilness of the page I now clutched radiated through my body. No good could come of this. No good could come of this should the gatekeeper complete the Maledictus Codex. I knew I had to escape the Mausoleum to carry this grim revelation to Chancellor Zeebald of Prevelia. As I turned to flee, the cultists finally took notice of my presence, presence and shouted in alarm. The horrors that awaited me were unrelenting. Monstrous guardians barred my path, their claws tearing at my flesh, and their chilling wails echoing through the labyrinth corridors. Shadowed, writhed, and contorted, threatening to swallow me whole. Madness lurked at the edges of my vision, taunting me with whispers of unspeakable truths. A whirlwind of strange and chilling thoughts were pushed through my mind by some unknown force, and for what felt like an eternity, I lost consciousness. At least I think I did. I found myself mired in the darkness. The inky black extended impossibly far in every direction. I couldn't even see my own hands, but what I could see was a strange and sinister form moving in front of me. The shape contorted and slithered like a reptile, but made no sound. It opened what I guessed to be a giant eye, and it looked at me at once. I knew I was looking into the eye of the Darkscale. How I knew this, I could not say. It was a piece of knowledge that felt innate and ancient within me, like knowing how to breathe or blink. It was primal, and it was older than the lands. And then suddenly, I was back in the Mausoleum. Or perhaps I never left. I was in mid-run. It was as if I never broke stride when I came face to face with that dark form. With fear and determination, I fought my way through the Nightmare's gauntlet, my mind teetering on the precipice of insanity. Every step was a struggle against the encroaching darkness, against the malevolent forces that sought to claim my body and soul. And at last, battered and broken, I emerged from that accursed abyss, clutching the fragment of the Maledictus Codex. One of the many fragments the Gatekeeper sought to unleash the horrors of the Darkscale tomb upon Avedon. Chancellor Zeobald listened intently as I relayed my tale. His eyes wide with a mix of awe and dread. He recognized the impending threat and wasted no time. The Company of the Historic was formed, a group of scholars, explorers, wizards, and knights tasked with seeking out the remaining pages of the Maledictus Codex and preventing the opening of the Darkscale tomb. The Company of the Historic will seek out help of the citizens of Avedon in this mission. That means you, my friends, and me. My duty to the Chancellor fulfilled, I retreated into the solace of solitude within the library, haunted by the memories of the Mausoleum and the horrors that I had encountered. The darkness that lurked within these ancient halls would forever be etched upon my soul, but I took solace in the hope that Avedon would be spared the calamity that lay dormant beneath the cold earth, waiting to be unleashed by those who sought power beyond mortal comprehension. The fate of the lands is within the hands of all the valorous and courageous Avedonians. That's you, chat! That's you, chat! Oh, man, that's gonna be good. Now I'm motivated to get these damn research materials. Oh, man. That's juicy. That's juicy right there, isn't it? That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so, the Gatekeeper is called the Gatekeeper for a reason, right? He is what is trying to open the gate to open Moss 4, right? The Darkscale tomb upon all of Avedon. And it's up to us to get all the pages and turn them in so that doesn't happen. But obviously it's about to happen, right? It's gonna happen. But wow, that's cool. That's really cool. I like the part where it's like he's running, right? And he's basically getting demolished by all these monsters. I can't remember. It's like they rip at his flesh and tear into him and all this stuff. And he's like dying. But then all of a sudden he wakes up and he's like mid-run. So it was something that like took over his mind and made him feel all those senses of dying and stuff. And then, yeah, so super cool, man. Super cool.